I'm going to be talking to you guys and kind of telling a little story about the time that I got pulled over. So it wasn't actually getting pulled over. I kind of just went straight up to the cop, and that's basically how it happened. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the whole story to you guys and then kind of like show you where it happened and how it happened, because I'm actually sitting in the parking lot and where it happened is actually right in front of me here. So basically it was like 10 p.m. one night. I was out just driving around with my girlfriend at that time. So we were just driving around for fun, just like around town. And this was actually a couple of years ago when I was like a little dumb, reckless teenager, like trying to be a cool high schooler or whatever. So in this parking lot where I'm sitting right now, there's like a long straightaway right in front of me. Like I said, that's where it happened. I stopped at the beginning. I decided it would be a good idea to test out the launch control. And keep in mind, it was 10 p.m. There was literally nobody else in this parking lot. There were literally no cars. This used to be like a huge mall, like Walmart used to be in here, but there's like nothing here now except for some kind of telemarketing company, and I think Mylan bought Walmart. So I think it's only like Mylan and the telemarketing company, and then some other little shops inside, but there's literally no customers that come here anymore because it's not an actual mall anymore. Like I said, there were 0 cars in the parking lot except for that one cop that was sitting on top of the hill, which I could not see, of course. So like I said, I stopped at the beginning of the straightaway. Thought it would be a good idea to test out the launch control, see how that worked. So, I turned the launch control on and, mashed in the brake, mashed in the throttle, let go of the brake. Of course, I was spinning the whole time because, this thing's a boat. It's on the stock 245 still. By the way, 305's coming, maybe soon, hopefully. So anyways, like I said, I tested out the launch control on this straightaway over here. Don't even know how fast I went, probably like 30 or 40. The speed limit's 15, so yes, it was reckless driving, I'm pretty sure. I think reckless driving is like 20 over. So I got to the end of the straightaway, slowed down, everything was under control. I wasn't going crazy or anything, just simply testing out the launch control in an empty parking lot. So I slowed down to the speed limit. There's actually like a little abandoned warehouse up on top of the hill. That's where I go to record most of my videos, if you guys have been following my channel for a while now. And up on top of that hill, there was a cop sitting up there. And when I go up there, I'm going to show you guys, that hill has literally a perfect view of this whole parking lot. So that cop was just sitting up there watching every single thing that I was doing down here, being a dumb little teenager, testing out the launch control in a parking lot where I shouldn't be doing it. So while I was in the process of going down the straightaway, I actually saw that there was a car up there on the hill. But obviously I didn't think it was a police car, because why the heck would there be a police car sitting in an abandoned mall parking lot where literally nobody comes, and it was 10 p.m. at night? Now I know some like canine units go up there to let their dogs run around or something, but this guy was just by himself. He didn't have a dog or anything. I have no clue what he was doing up there. But anyways, like I said, I literally drove straight up to that warehouse. I saw that it was actually a cop, not just some random car that was parked up there. So I turned around, acted normal. I wasn't doing anything crazy. So he shined his flashlight at me, like telling me to like stop or whatever. So I stopped. He came up to the car. I had the windows down all the way. I wasn't trying to do anything. He asked me what I was doing. I said, testing out the launch control. And he said, what, you lost control? And I was like, no, testing out the launch control. And at that point, he thought I was giving him an attitude. He told me to put the car in park, give him my license and everything. That's exactly what I did. I wasn't trying to get a ticket or anything. So I gave him my license. He came back. He basically said, like, what would your parents think if I called them right now and told them what you were doing? And I was like, I mean, they probably wouldn't be too mad since it's an empty parking lot. There's nobody else around. I'm not putting anybody in danger. So after that, I thought I was just being nice and honest, but he thought I was giving him an attitude. And he said, well, you're giving me a little bit of an attitude, so either I write you a ticket for reckless driving or you start over. Which one do you want? And I said, okay, I'll start over. And he said, so what you should have said is that you were just being a dumbass trying to show off for this lady. And that's what I told him. I was like, yes, I was being dumb and I was just trying to show off, sorry. And he told me that if I keep doing this on empty parking lots, the next thing I know, I'm gonna start doing this on the streets. But obviously, yes, I was pretty dumb back then. I wasn't that dumb. I wouldn't test out the launch control on a public road, especially if there's other cars around. Like, I'd never do that on a public road. I drive like a grandma around town, if you guys didn't know that. So that's basically the whole story. Now I'm gonna put on my GoPro and kind of show you guys exactly how it happened. Obviously, I'm not gonna actually do the launch control because that would be a dumb idea. There's security cars driving all around this mall. I don't even know why, because there's nothing here. I guess it's like Milan security. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this part of the video. So basically what happened is, this is the straightaway that I was talking about. It's really not that long. So I got up to right over here where these trees are. I stopped, turned on the launch control, and did that whole thing. And like I said, there's that security guard. He's probably wondering what I'm doing here. And like I said, there's literally no cars in this parking lot. Back then when this actually happened, it was like 10 o'clock at night and there literally were 0 cars in the parking lot. Right now there's like 2 or 3. Anyways, like I said, on that straightaway was where I did the launch control. Everything was under control. I wasn't putting anybody in danger except for myself and my girlfriend at the time. So then this is where I went up to that abandoned warehouse that I told you about. Right here is where I record a lot of my videos, but right now I think they're like building something. So there's like construction people up here. But anyways, up here is where the cop was sitting. Like I said, it was 10 o'clock at night. There was literally nobody here. There's just this random cop sitting up here on this hill. So I drove up here. I realized it was the cop sitting there. And then I just turned around. Or at least I was planning to turn around, and right when I got around here is when he started shining his flashlight at me, kind of like flashing it. So I stopped about right here. He came up to the window, did his little talk, told me to put it in park, asked for my license and all that stuff. And I thought I was being nice to the guy. I don't know if I wasn't or if he was just having a bad night, but I mean, I was answering his questions honestly. I mean, I have a clean driving record, have never gotten pulled over except for that one time, which wasn't actually getting pulled over. It was literally me driving straight up to the cop, which was, you know, pretty dumb, but I didn't know it was a cop. But yeah, I've never gotten a ticket or ever gotten pulled over. I mean, yes, it was pretty dumb for me to do that, but I mean, you know, you gotta learn how to use the launch control if you have a car like this. So I figured an empty parking lot like this with a little straightaway would be good, but I wasn't planning for there to be a cop watching the whole like parking lot over here. And the reason I'm making this video is just to like tell you guys a story about the first time, like my actual encounter with a police officer. I guess I kind of just got unlucky with the police officer that actually caught me. I'm not saying police officers are bad in any way. From what I heard, police officers are usually really nice and understanding and they're pretty cool. You still just have to be nice to them, because if you're nice, you're gonna get away without a ticket, just like I did. He could have easily written me a ticket for reckless driving. I could have probably lost my license, but you know, I was trying to be nice. Even though he thought I was giving him an attitude, he still didn't write me a ticket, just gave me a verbal warning. And that's all. So if you guys ever get stopped by a police officer, just be nice to them. Don't be mean. Don't try to act like you know better than them. And if you're nice, they will most likely either not give you a ticket, just give you a warning, or they will try to give you less of a ticket, I guess. I'm not really sure how tickets work, honestly, because I've never gotten one. But I guess you can get like a less expensive ticket if you're nice to the police officer. Just trying to give you guys some advice. If you ever run into a police officer and get pulled over, just be nice. They're just doing their job, trying to keep the place safe. Yeah, you should be good if you follow that advice, I guess. Unless you really messed up, then you're not gonna be good, obviously. So yeah, guys, this is like 3 years later now that I'm talking about that. I feel like I'm much less reckless now than I was back then, because back then, like I said, I was just a little dumb, reckless teenager, and now I literally drive like a grandma around town all the time. You know, unless there's a open road and it's at night and there's literally nobody else around. I hope you guys enjoyed that little story of the first time that I ever got pulled over, even though I didn't actually get pulled over. I just drove up to the cop and he stopped me. But luckily I didn't get a ticket. So if you guys did enjoy that little story, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what kind of videos you guys would like to see in the future. And as always, thanks for watching. Yeah, never mind, I'm still pretty reckless.